Okay, so let's go pretty quick on the homeworks. Okay, you could we have this. Okay, okay, good. Okay. Okay, so I have a lot of homeworks. I've gone through all of this. Okay, and so here's the thing. So it's not verifying the address. Okay, so let's see here. Name should be in characters. Okay. See, the problem with this is, there are people whose name is not characters, right? Some people name even have that exclamation mark. Okay, of course it should be in characters, but sometimes they. So what they do is they allow any characters to enter. Okay, so that's actually the thing. So okay, but considering your point of view, this is really not defects. These are features. Okay, these are features. That means you are actually trying to request a new feature to add on the particular module. That means you want this, don't accept this numbers, don't do this. So this is kind of feature request. Okay, these are not defects. Okay, now again, there's a fine line between defects and features. Okay, now defect is something. Some example, right? I gave you that. It's common sense, right? Shipping address, $5, and you don't ship for $5 in that many large quantities. That's a defect. It's common sense that you cannot charge that low amount, or it should be removed because the company will offer for free if you're ordering for large quantity. So that is something called as defect. So these are all features. Okay, the invoice delivery, so all these things are additional work. That means this is good. This is a good thing to talk in the meeting. Okay, so let's say they call you to a meeting and you just found some defect. You have some questions. Okay, you have to show this. Okay, now here's the thing. One more thing you have to remember is whenever you found some issue, some defect or something, okay, you're not going to open defect right away. Okay, so here's the thing you have to do. You cannot open defect. Just because you found some defect doesn't mean it's a defect. Does it make sense? Just because you found some defect doesn't mean it is a defect. See, here's the thing. Let's say you found some issue. Like, let's say somebody opened these many issues, right? They found some issues. Just because they find that it's an issue, okay, good. You just open, the test management tool, open the defect, and it told the whole world that this is a defect. Now, what's the next question? What's the next thing will be, right? Your boss calls you into the room. You get a call. Hey, can you stop by my desk? And what's the first question your boss will ask you is, who told you to open the defect? Okay, that is the first question that that's embarrassing for you, right? Oh, I didn't knew that. What am I supposed to do here, right? Who told you to open the defect? That's a very basic. That's a very valid question, right? That's a valid question. Your boss is going to ask you this. Okay, just because you found all these things, you said this is a defect. No, I'm going to open this and put all these screenshots and all those things. Next day your boss calls you and asks a simple question: who told you to open this? Now you don't have answer for this because you never communicated with your team members. Okay, you never did anything. You just found these bugs. It's a lot of bugs here. A lot of people open, right? you just found this bug and you just, without asking for anyone, without taking advice of your lead, you just opened it and that's it, and you get such kind of questions. So you don't want this embarrassment, right? Like, because you're not in position to answer that question because you never, communicated with your team. Okay, you have no answer for that. So whenever you open some defects, this is the thing you have to remember. You have to coordinate communication. So that's called communication skills, right? You have to coordinate with whom? With your lead. So what you're going to do is, let's say you found a defect, right? You open this defect, open this your email. So this is the thing, put your lead name, whoever your lead is, and defect, put the defect and put the screenshot and ask your, hey, you know what, this is what I found, is can you confirm this is a defect so that I can open that, in my test management tool. That's the way you have to proceed, okay? Right? Now, when your lead confirms it, now you have this valid answer, you've got this email confirmation from your lead saying that, hey, yes, you go ahead and open the defect, then you're good to go, okay? So that's how you have to follow. Does it make sense to everyone? Is everyone agrees with me?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you have to follow when you're opening defect. Okay. You cannot see so many people. I've seen so many people. I mean, I don't even find this is a defect. Okay. Yes, it might be defect. I'm not saying you as your point of view. Yes. Okay. It might be defect. You're finding something here. Okay. But technically, I'm really unable to find any issues here because this is. Okay, I see this is a feature request from, okay, so this is a good thing. Okay, this is a good cat. This is actually issue from Chrome browser. Okay, you cannot able to continue, that's good. This is good. This is a good issue. You're not able to, so this is from actually Chrome browser, not really from, so yes, this can be, this can be a defect if you put a screenshot and see that, hey, it's not working in Chrome, but it's working in Firefox. So this is a good issue. But again, you have to get a confirmation, from your lead or from your, if you're working the team members, not really helpful, but you have to be, in contact with your lead and get that confirmation. Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
I joined late. I missed the first one. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you repeat it once, if you don't mind?
Sure. So what we are talking about is, see, so many people have open defects, right? Some people are still, like, these many defects, like, it's like 10. Okay, it's around 6 or 7 issues. So what I'm saying is, those are features, not defects. Okay, that means you are actually requesting. So that is good. I mean, you're close, and you guys are close. Okay. I'm not discouraging that it's not a defect. It can be defect. Okay, as a matter of fact, it can be a defect. But what I'm saying here is, whenever you found something, you have to communicate with your lead. Okay, just because you found defect, okay, you cannot just open defect. Okay, I not found defect. I'll go ahead and open this in test management tool, and next day you'll get a call from your boss. Simple, valid question from your boss will be, who told you to open the defect? Okay, it's a simple and valid question. So you want to avoid such questions when you really didn't do anything. Okay, so that's the point. So that's
yeah,
okay.
That's true. But in my case, while giving mail ID, if I don't give the extension also, it's proceeding to the next step. That can be a defect, right?
Right. Yeah, that can be defect. Yes, that can be a defect. And yes, even if you want to open it, you have to get confirmation from your lead. Okay. Because okay, if you're going as a lead, that's a different story. You know what to do. You are experienced guy because they want to hire a lead as experienced. But if you're going as a normal senior QA or QA, okay, you want to get confirmation because you have some from your lead saying that this is an issue, right? Yes, that's a defect. I'm not saying that it's so many issues, right? I'm not saying that is not a defect, but the way I see it, it is a feature. Okay, so you want
How
to
can
make
you differentiate that as a defect or a feature?
okay,
If something is wrong with and it's abnormal, it's going to be a defect, right?
right. So in that case, what you want to see is document. What does the document say? Requirement documents. Okay, you want to look into documents, see what is it matters. If you don't have anything specifically in the document, then you have to reach out to lead. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that's true. But if they have given the address means that's designed for the address. If it's not working for the address, then it's a defect, right?
Yes, it's a defect. See, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not a defect or something like that. What I'm trying to say is, yes, as your point of view, you're correct. It's a defect. And but do you have any confirmation? Because see, here's the thing. Your boss directly will ask you this: who told you to open the defect? Then what you're going to do is answer this. Can you answer this question? Who told you to open the defect? Let's say you open a defect, right? You're thinking it's a defect. That's good. It's not wrong. You're right. At your point of view, it's correct. Okay, because you're seeing that application in a tester point of view. Okay, you're good. Now your boss will ask you this: who told you to open the defect? What is the answer on that?
No,
No.
Mr. Manu, I don't think it's the matter of the answer. What she's saying, even when you put the address without extension, it's accepting. So why is not a defect? Because email address should have an extension. So if you're accepting without the extension, that means it is a defect for sure.
Yes.
Can you open my file?
Yes.
Then you can read.
Okay. So you see, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not a defect. What I'm trying to say is, yes, it's a defect, but you cannot open the defect right away. That's the point. Does it make
But
sense?
it's our job, right? To open the defect and rectify it.
Okay.
We should report at least we should report the defect, right? For
To the
reporting
lead, yeah. To the lead,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Right.
for
You
reporting the
have to
defect,
look
at
to
least
the
we need
lead.
to find the defect, right?
Right. You have to
That's what we do.
do the lead. You cannot do it yourself just because you found a defect.
Yeah. For suppose just you are our lead and you told us you have given an assignment that you should find the defects in that. We did it. We did that, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, yes. And I'm not saying that it's not a defect. It's a defect, of course. See, here's the thing. That's what you mean, right? Here it's accepting without extension, right? Whatever email ID you're putting, it's taking that, right? That's what your issue is. Let's see. Right? So it's taking that email ID, which is not really appropriate, right? This is not the correct email ID. That's what your issue was, right?
Yeah, if you if they have mentioned email means they should have an extension.
Right,
There is no other option, right?
right,
That was
Right.
designed for that. So that we don't need any confirmation that it should be a defect or not. It was designed that it should work like that. That's the purpose of the email. So without having that, it's an error. Of course, it's an error. We should rectify that, right? And also, if you give the address without any name if you give your name also, it's taking that.
okay.
And it should verify that address also, right? It's also an error, major error.
Okay. So let me ask you this: do you have any previous experience working in corporate environment?
No. I was from electrical.
Okay. So at this point of time, I have nothing to say until you get experience. Okay. So I'm going
Okay.
to say anything at this point of time. Okay. So
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
your point is correct. It's a defect. Okay. So it's a defect, but you have to follow the process, okay? Follow the process until you know it. Okay, so let's go to here pretty quick. Okay, so one more defect which nobody has found, that was this issue. This was right in front of your face. Okay, this is 1997, so this is not 99. So this should be updated to 2018, right? So this is a 2018. So this is also an issue. See, this may not be that for financial. If we're working with a financial clients or something else. Okay, so they might ignore it, but if it's coming in healthcare projects or health insurance, so such kind of things, these things are taken as federal compliance issues. Okay, so if you're not maintaining that federal compliance, so this would be a big issue. Okay,
But they have mentioned here, right? We are moving our 329 page 1997 catalog.
I'm sorry, what?
They have mentioned here already. We are moving our 329 page.
Good. So okay, that's one thing. Okay, another is
Mr. Manu, in the quantity I put the decimal and it is allowing to do that. So is that a defect or not?
yes, it's a defect. But then I showed in the class, right? So all these belongs to same issue. That means it is accepting all values. Okay, it should not be, alphabet. It should not be so. Okay, so that was already discussed in the class.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is one more defect. So did someone open this? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay. So what happens is at the moment you hover your mouse over this and clicking this is going to this page. Okay, this is not expected. We are not looking for this, so this is a defect. Okay. Okay, let's stop with this and we'll just go pretty quick here. Okay, we are running out of time. Okay, so so this here we are using Rally. Okay, Rally is a test management tool. Okay, and it's more used into agile environments. So it's most of the time, we'll be working on agile. It can be used in any environment, waterfall, agile, but this is more, flexible. It's very user friendly. So you use this in agile environment. Okay. So now let's say you know what the defect is. You got confirmation. Okay, and you want to open your defects by yourself. That's too fine. Okay. So now you got this, test management tool. Okay, this is the test management tool where you want to open your defects, right? Now, first thing to figure it out is which project you're working on. Okay, this is a project. Okay, and there will be plenty of projects. Okay, not just one. Here we only have 4. Okay, so only 4 projects. Okay, there's only 4 projects, and this is the default. So you want to make sure which project you're working on. Okay, and who will be telling you this? This you have to read through this document, the SharePoint. Okay, all those things. Or if you're not able to find out, you can check with your colleagues, and then you can check with the lead too. So which project you'll be working on, or particularly person who are working with, business analyst or developer who are, you can also check with them. Now, once you figure out this project, now you want to see which user story you're working on. Okay. Now, here's the thing. There's plenty of user stories, right? So these are the user stories. What's the user story? It's a requirement. Okay, it's a requirement. Now, that means it shows how to write. You have to start writing your test cases, right? You have to start writing your test cases. But if you don't know what the requirement is all about, you're not able to proceed with it. Okay. So you want to know this requirement. So that's the user stories comes into picture. Okay. So now, I know my user story. If you don't know, you have to, see if you look into the documents. It must be in the documents. If not available in the documents, you have to check with your lead which user story you'll be working on. Most probably you'll be knowing. If somebody will be telling you, your lead or someone. or
Hello, Manu.
you have to check in the.
Hello, Manu. Before proceeding, I would like to ask who manages this test management tool?
I am the administrator of this rally.
No, when we use this rally, how we put the projects over here? The project is already added here, so how we add? We will be new to the tool, right?
Okay.
So
Okay. So here's the thing. I will be giving you access for this by today.
okay,
Okay.
yeah.
I will be giving access, but you're not supposed to add anything. That's really not your job. Your job will be limited to writing your test cases. Okay. All these user stories, not your job.
No, I would like to ask in real-time working, are the testers who add the project, or they are the project managers, or who manages the projects over here? Yes, our job is to write test case, but who will be doing the overall things?
See, here's the thing. Everyone is allocated in particular, particular work. So Scrum Master, of course, project manager, what you're talking is, yes, they may be responsible for creating these user stories, or mostly it's a business analyst who will be creating these user stories. Okay. Now that's limited to them. Now they're not going to see your test cases. Okay. It's your job. Now your boss will have this access. Now your boss has all this access, all the access they will be having. So they
No, I wanted to say, before writing test cases, the project should be in our tool, right? So how do we do that?
Right. So project will be in your tool, and you have to find out the project, which project you're working on. See here. Okay.
So this is already connected. The project is already connected over here. If we want to add new project over here, how do we do it?
Nope. You don't have access for that. Why do you want to add a new project? First question.
No, just to just to check how to use the tool.
Nope. In this also you are not having. This is the job of administrator. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Going to add it. You are not the one who is going. Even
okay. So administrator will be doing that, and they will provide us the tool and do all this stuff, and we just do is the write the test case, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah, hi Manu. This is Kalyani. Actually, I think she is asking, and I have might also same confusion, that whatever the project is already available in this tool, right? On
Right.
that I have to work.
Exactly. You have to work only which is, say, these are so many projects, but as per access level, so these are the access levels. Okay. You might not have access to all these projects too. You might have some access.
Yeah. So don't know. We don't know rather like what is the background. Just we have to write down the test cases.
Right. So everyone is on the same page, right? That means you don't know how many projects will be there. Only which is specified to you, you have to work. Not other than that. Okay. So they might tell you which project, but since you are going as experience level, you have to somewhat do some research by yourself by checking with your team members, or looking the documents, or checking with the lead. So that's how you can do at the max.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So we are running out of time. Some people asked, right, to to complete before, because they have one more class. So okay, we go pretty fast here. So that was the projects. Okay. Now let me be a little more clear here. That was not clear. Okay. So this is the projects. Okay. Project means which project you are working on. There are so many development projects. Let's say it's production projects or all those things. So we are only looking for here. So this is my project. And once you go to the project, you want to see which user story. So here I know which is my user story here. Okay. This is my parent user story. Okay. This parents means it has child in it. So let's go to check. And once once I go here, there's a lot of user stories, right? So this is my user story, okay, because it's March 12th to March 23rd. See this? So this is my user story. Okay, good. So Now, okay, so here, you know what, this is nothing to do with you, so you don't have to change anything. You have to, okay. Oops. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so here is nothing to change for you. You don't, you know, you're not supposed to do any changes here. Okay. So what you want to, what is this used for? Okay, this as a tester, this is used only to view, right? Only to view. So you are looking at it. What you're supposed to do here, you're just looking into it. So that's the only thing you want to see here. Okay, there's nothing to do here. Do not delete it. Do not mess with it, because if you are, you know, deleting it, everybody will know. Whole world will be knowing that. Okay, how? Because let me show you that too. Okay. Great. Okay. So if you are deleting something, your name just shows up here. Okay. Who did this? So you're not, you know, doing anything with this. Don't mess up with the user story anytime. Okay. Okay. Unless you are a business analyst. Okay. If you're a business analyst, you know what you're doing. So, okay. So here I see this requirements. Okay. Now I understand this. Now this is simple. I made it simple, but really it's not that simple. But okay. So here what I'm saying is verify all the functionalities and edit box. Okay. And this is a screenshot. Okay, that's good. Now what I want to do is, now I understood what is the requirement. That means I have to test GMO Online, all the functionalities and all the features I need to test. Okay, great. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a task. Okay, this is really, some places it is important, some it doesn't. Okay, so why is it important? Because let's say you're working on 2-3 projects, right? This is one project. Let's say you're working on 2-3 projects, and you have this time allocated for this. Okay, everything has this time. Okay, just in 2 weeks it should be done. Okay, it should be, you know, it should be over and it should be moved into production. So you want to create tasks so that you're, you know, on time. So let's see here. So how to do this? Let's say we are doing functional testing, right? Let's say functional testing. Okay, and let's click on add to details, functional testing. So, and I want to put here, see, this is for me. Okay, but at the real time you don't have to use this. Okay, it's really not required these starter marks, because this I want to find out who actually who has done homework. Okay, so that's the reason. Real time I use this for catching the developer's attention, like critical issue or production issue, some kind of thing which, you know, okay, this is what it says. So that's what I use. Other than that, you know, you don't have to use this. Okay, and I'll put this here in state as plan, and go to ready. And let's say this requires 10 hours. Okay, 10 hours. And what I'll put is, okay. Okay, so you don't have to put this. This is just okay. So once you have done this, and click on create. Okay, then click on done. Now what happens, right? Once you do this, you know, this shows information here. Like this is the task ID. This is the ID is assigned for you, 287. Okay, and what you're trying to do here, functional testing for GMO Online. Okay, great. And this is the state, how much, you know, this is so you have to, you know, move with progress. If you have completed it, things to complete it. Okay, and then estimate here, I put estimate as 10 hours. Okay, so that means your testing should be completed in 10 hours. Okay, all this that includes writing test cases, executing the test cases, and documenting all the results. Okay, so all this includes in 10 hours. Okay, so that's about the task. Any questions on the task? complete quick here.
P means pending.
P means in progress. So there is three
Okay.
options. That is D means defined, P means in progress, C means completed. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing, what you need to remember is this is pretty much different. That means sometimes you have to create tasks by yourself. Okay, if no one gives you, you have to create. If not, your boss normally assigns tasks for you. Okay, if you are really lucky and you know if your boss is good, then you know they assign for you, or it can also come from your lead. Your lead can also assign the work for you. Okay, so if not, you have to create yourself, and because this time is important. See, your boss will look into how much time did you spend this and why this much time. Okay, that's the important thing. So that's what you want to say here. Okay, so this time is important. That's the reason you need this task. Okay, good. Let's go to the next pretty quick here. So now let's start writing our test cases. Okay, we know this application. What's the application? In our demo that Borland, this is the application. Okay, now we are going to write the test cases for this. Okay, now to write the test cases, okay, you hover your mouse over this action. See this action? Okay, let me demo better here. People who are missing. So this is the action, right? You want to hover your mouse and you know, click on action and click on new test case. Okay, great. Now once you do that, get this. Okay, now what? I'll just change this. Functional testing. We're just using functional, right? We're not worrying about regression at this point of time. We're not worrying about sanity, smoke testing. We are only looking into functional at this time. Okay, so tags. You know, if you add the tags, if you can, just put GMO. Okay, good. Somebody added GMO functional testing. That's good. Just put GMO functional testing. Okay, and description. So what you're going to do is okay, good. So now just write some descriptive test cases for functional testing. Two times. No, right? No, yeah. Functional testing. You know what? Let's put this functional testing for GMO Online project. Okay, this should be good. Okay. Now you don't really require any attachment at this point of time, but if you have any, you can go ahead. You know, put the attachment, but it's really not required. Owner. So owner of this test case is always a tester. Okay, there might be scenario where you might be writing test case from other tester. Okay, there's a tester, there's an analyst. Okay, and the tester tests and the analyst actually analyzes it. So that's how sometimes it is. But most of the time, owner of this test case will be you. Who is writing this? No, will be you. So this you have to put your name. Okay. And projects, since we are working this project just by default, if you want Expedite, you can use this Expedite. Here we're not using an objective to okay. Let's look at the web application. Since it's a web application, we are using this web application. Okay. Okay. So once you do this, okay, to test functional and features of GMO Online, your application. Okay. And work product, this is very important. Okay, you have to put your work product. Without this work product, your test case is abandoned. That means, you know, it's somewhere else, you are not able to find it. So this is very important. You can change it. Okay, click this magnifying glass, and if you want, you know, if you know this ID, just go ahead and put that ID, and you can find this. This work product is actually user story. Each user story are linking this your test cases. You have to write test cases against something, right? Against some requirement. So that's what it is. You're writing test cases for this requirement. Okay. Type here we are working on functional, so we'll just put functional, and method automated or manual. Let's go to manual. Priority we'll just put as okay, useful and medium. Okay. And here preconditions. So that means before start testing, what is the preconditions you want to make note of? Okay. So first thing what I would like to see is, okay, here's the thing. Code should be okay. Code should be deployed in QA environment. Next is okay. Let's say this, this project requires some smoke testing, so we put smoke testing should be done. Okay. Anyone else can think of anything else? Okay.
Maybe integration testing step by step.
Okay. We can add that. Integration testing should have been completed, but that's really, if it's that, then it will goes to regression after that. So okay, we can just add that.
Yeah, but we need to test all the modules, right, in that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so that's precondition. So let's go here pretty quick here. Post conditions. That means after running these test cases, what are you trying to do? So what will be my case is code should be deployed. Okay, now here's the thing. Not right now. So regression testing should be completed. Okay. And code should be deployed in production. Oops. Okay. Okay. And there's a notes. You can write some notes here. Okay. Okay. So now we have completed this. Some of these formalities. Now we have to start writing your test cases. Okay. So if you see here, let me do more better. So you have to click on this. This small icon, right, is showing up. You have to click on this. So this is two important things in your test cases is what is the input you're doing and what is the expected what is result you're expecting. Two important things in your test case. Okay. What's the input and what's the expected? Okay. Now start right here. So what's the input? Enter the URL in the. So we are working for Chrome. Okay, there's a lot of browsers: Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, and so on. So let's say we'll be specific here: Chrome browser. Let's enter the URL. There's a URL in the Chrome browser, and hit enter. Okay, what's the expected? That means home page of GMO Online is displayed. Okay, that's the requirement. Okay, this is actually the input and this is the expected result what you're looking for. Okay, now I want to start writing my test cases. So I want to click that icon. There's the action. It's called add action steps. Okay, and I want to click on this. Once you click this, you got this drop down box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you can use 5 all at the once. I'll go step by step. Let's go to 1. Okay, 1. We'll see what's the issues here and okay. Now what's the input? See what the input you're giving, what is the expected result you're expecting. Okay, so what are we giving here is click on. See here. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm clicking this button. Okay, I'm clicking this enter GMO Online button. So I'm typing the same here. Click on. Okay. Click on enter Jumo online button. Okay. What's expected? Okay. Let's see. It is supposed to
Next page should be opened.
right. So online catalog. So this is the URL is also this online catalog. This is good. So we name it as online catalog. So online catalog. Okay. Page is navigated to online catalog page. Okay. Capital show forward. Okay. Now, okay, this is once it's done, you want to create one more, this box, right? You want to have this two more fields, okay? So we are writing this one, right? This is a box, okay? This is a fields. This is what we have writing, and this is the expected, okay? Okay. Now I want to create one more like that. So I'll just go ahead and click on this action step, and click on one again. Oh. Okay, so here if you see here, I get one more couple of fields. Okay, now here, so let's continue to this. That means this is online, and I want to order something. Just let's put 10. Okay, 10. So what I'll put here is enter the order quantity. Okay. For 3% don't take, okay? And click on place an order button, okay? Right? And what is expected? Let's see here, what's expected here. So place an order page is showing up, okay? So what you want to write here is okay, page is navigated to place an order web page. Let me just use this page. Okay. And let's see here, okay? Now I want to click this button. I want to write test cases for this too, okay? Now just go ahead and click on this, add action step, and click on one again. Okay, oh, now you see there's a problem here, okay? What happened is, this is my first test case, and this is my second test case, right? But this got in between, okay? But this is supposed to be third test case. What I want to do is, I want to move my test case. This is because this is not really my second test case. So what you want to do is, you have this option here. You see there's two options, two small boxes there. Okay. So this is the add action. You want to an action menu. Click on action menu and tell it to move step down. Okay, good. Now it's good. Now Jesus Christ. Okay, right, so now let's try this third one, okay. The third is click on proceed with order button, okay. So and page is navigated to billing information page. Okay. Now I want to write more test cases, but now whenever I'm trying to write, it comes in between, right? You see that, the things comes in between, and this is really slows down my work. So what I want to do is, I'll be using this option, which is located in every field you see here. Okay. So let me show you, people who are not able to see. You see this one? I'll be using this from now, okay? Because this will help me out to get the step right after my step. So I'll click on this, add action step, and use this one. And to get this, so this is the fourth step. That's good. This is my fourth step. And okay, let's fill up this. Okay, so what we are going to write here is paste the order page. Okay, fill the billing information and click on place the order button. So what happens is, okay, this is online store receipt. Okay, so page is navigated to online store receipt page. Okay, so now I want to write one more test case here to see this button is working or not. Return to home page. Okay, and we'll just add this again. Click on this and put on one. And click on return to home page button. Okay, so home page of Geomo Online is supposed to be displayed. Okay, great. So this is how you want to start writing your test cases. Any questions?
Before you have given, the code should be deployed, right?
Wait,
Before coming to the test case. Will you have access to the code?
code? No, not really. You don't have any access to the code because you're not really working in dev, right? If you're a developer, yes, you will be having access to code, but as a tester, no, you don't have access.
Then we mentioned code should be deployed.
So here, what I meant here is, we are not like this. Not really specific to any testers or developers. Here, what I'm trying to say is the whole code what we were working on so far. So we are working with developers, right? The developers,
Functionality you are trying to say?
right?
Functionality of the.
So this is in general, overall. It's nothing to do with testers or developers. It's in general. Whatever code it is,
You're
whatever.
trying. Yeah, you're trying to say the whole application, right?
Right. The code
Application,
application
yeah.
is code.
Is working good or not?
Right. So, but we really don't work on the code. We are only just working. But if there's any bug, so of course the code should be changed, right? So that's what I meant. If there's bugs and code is changed, should not touch the code anymore.
Okay. And also one more question. Here you have given the test cases, right?
Right.
After clicking, it verifies that it's going correct or not, or what?
So here,
After
this is the manual steps. You have to do it manually by yourself. This is only to writing. Okay, you're writing this. That's it. It does nothing. What you want to do is look into this information and start working. So that means you have to use this parallelly, open this, and verify this test case individually.
okay, it's showing that what we have done in the testing, we are
Right.
mentioning it here,
Right.
right?
What we have done. That's correct. What we have done.
Oh,
But this
okay,
doesn't
thank
execute by itself. No. This is okay.
you. Okay,
So let's click on save and close. Okay, let's go back here. So if you see here, this is generated TC 371. That means test case 371 is generated, and this is my test case ID. And okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so here, what's happening, right? If you were in my previous class, that was yesterday. Yesterday I told you that you also have to work on positive scenarios, negative scenarios, and boundary values. So all these scenarios are there, right? But if you see here, there's nothing, kind of showing any kind of scenarios here. So what you want to do is, but you really don't have that much of time to go. So you have to validate each and every, these images. You have to see, is this as per the requirement? This text is there. So these buttons are working or not. Is all this, So all this you have to see. But here really we're not going in detail, right? You are being a little bit high level. That means you are only seeing one page, whatever is happening. You are, putting that. But there is no detail level here, okay? But thing is, you have to, let's do this, okay? Let's edit it. And we'll just put more information here, okay? So how we can do is, what you can do here is, okay, so okay. Now, cosmetic issues, you also test as a cosmetic things and tested, drop down box. So you have to do everything, okay? We'll just put it here. Static text. Okay, so this is what you want to write. That because the reason, right? We are not going in detail, right? You see this is pretty high level. Okay, so we are going this is pretty high level because, but as a matter of fact, you have to test each and every button, each and every text. Okay, everything you have to see as per the is there or not. As per document, you have to refer this document and see is it good or not. But here we are really not saying this in all this test case. So what you want to do is put some information here, saying that tested for positive scenarios, negative scenarios, tested for boundary values, if there are any. Okay, if there is any, you can also put this. Okay, and put this cosmetic. That means is text. This color is different based on the requirement. This color is different. Okay, these spelling mistakes are there. There might be so many spelling mistakes or repeat words. Okay, there might be repeat words. All this information said like you have tested this, and click on save and close. So this, see, the reason you need this because, okay, even if your boss is good, you're lucky. Okay, you're good. But if the audit reviews, there are audit reviews. That means they will check your work. Okay, so the audit guy will ask you in front of everyone. Okay, your boss will be standing. If there will be director too is looking what's going on. Okay, and that developers, testers all around you, and your audit guy would say, hey, can you show me this? How did you get this? Okay, that's what you want to make sure this is should be good. So you have covered everything. That's what you want to say. That you're not missing anything in the testing process. Because it will be in front of everyone, and you don't want to, get embarrassed in front of everyone, right? So that's the one you want to put. And testing.
Manu, 1 second. What's positive and negative scenarios?
So positive, negative scenarios. If you have gone to yesterday's class, so I've told you, right? Positive scenarios, for example, in order quantity is something is in numbers, right? 1, 2, 3. So these are the positive scenario. Negative scenario is for this order quantity will be the alphabets. So this will be a negative scenario. So yesterday's class, I guess I've told this, right?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. So this is an example for this. Not every time, okay? Positive and negative scenarios changes with the field values. Quantity, since it's showing as quantity, that means it's a number. Okay? Quantity cannot be in alphabets. Okay? So that's what it is. Okay. Yes. So somebody asked, right, what a cosmetic refers to? Yes. This is a good answer. There's spelling errors. That's good. Cosmetic is like checking these headers, footer. So this is the footer, and seeing any spelling mistakes here. Okay. Some text are missing. Those are cosmetic. And this color, how the color is, background color, and this bars, this line bars, all those things comes under cosmetic issues. Okay. We'll go pretty quick here because we are running late. So any more questions? Okay, good.
No.
So okay, now there are 2 things we have to cover here pretty quick. Now we have just created test cases. Okay, what we did is just created it, but that's not it. Okay, you have to execute your test cases. That means you have to say that this is completed and you verified it, right? So that's the option. So here, if you see this, so you see these 3 options here, 3 buttons. This option is to generate the result, and this, if you want to edit, you can use this pencil on paper icon. You see that, to edit your test case. Okay, you can use that. And this one to copy your test case. Okay, if you want to copy the same test case you can do that, but make sure you make it professional. Okay, don't just leave it how it is, because it's really it's unprofessional. Okay, so if you are doing any copy pasting, make sure it is professional. Okay, now let's go to here. So I want to execute this. I'll just click on this new result. Okay, so build. You have to remember this build number. Build number. Normally you can get it from lead or from your boss. Okay, if you don't know. So here in this case, what build number I'll be putting is set today's date. Let's just put today's date. So that will be okay. So this is my build number. But in real time you have to check with your lead, or because you cannot execute this because this is a mandatory option. Okay, verdict here is pass. Okay, let's say let's pass this. And attachment, we'll go to this. Attachment is very important here. Okay, and duration, how much time do you take to complete this, and do some notes here. So I'll put this successfully. Okay, and once you do that, okay, right, once you've done that, click save and close. So what happens after you do this, right? Suddenly this plus icon shows up, and this has successfully executed test cases for Geom Online. It shows pass. Okay, this is good. Now this doesn't end up here. Okay, this doesn't end here. So I'll take this 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, people who want to leave can leave. Okay, but we'll just finish this. Okay. Okay. So now this doesn't end up here. Okay, because now this is good. Let's say you have completed this. This is good. But there are some production issue. Okay, if there is any production issue, the QA guy is get caught. Okay, not anyone else, not developer, not lead. No one is a QA guy. You know, and your boss says the simple question from your boss again. You know, your boss calls in your desk. Hey, can you stop by desk? Okay, so you know, what have you done for this? There's a production issue for this application. What have you done? So you said this. You know, what we executed this test case, and this is. You know, we didn't find an issue here. So that's good. Your boss says, okay. So how do I know that you executed these test cases? Valid question, right? How do I know that you executed this test case? That's true. You know, your boss wants to know that you really executed it or just used that button and, you know, closed it. That's a very good question, right? So what you want to do is you have to say yourself, because this is a critical point. If you're not able to explain to your boss, you're in trouble. Okay, you'll be in trouble. So we'll go pretty quick here. So what you want to do is whenever you are testing it, you have to document your result. Okay. Okay. Let's see here what we are going to do here. So what I do is I use things here to. It's actually the screenshots. You have to save all your screenshots that that you're working on. Okay. Now let's see here. Now this is my, let's say this is my test case and this is my first test case. So I'll take this screenshot, put it here. I mean, you can crop this too in the MS Word too, so it's no big deal, but I'm using this here. Okay, so this is my, oh, I should work on this one actually. Okay, so this one is gone now. Okay, no, we'll work on this one. Okay, so let's go to the second one. And this is first test case. Okay, first test case, you're taking the screenshot. Second test case, you want to take the screenshot too. Pretty much all of the test cases actually. And this. Okay, I'll work on this one. This one has been a little bit problematic, okay? But it should be like this. Test 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, so need that option. Okay, now again, take the third screenshot. Paste it here. Okay. So again, for the fourth test case, take the screenshot. Okay. And fifth test case, you can take another screenshot. And once you are done with this, save this. File this very important. And make sure all this are there. Result. Just put a name as result and save it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So we'll just save it and do this. Now what you want to do here is go to here, go to edit this action where you have generated the result. Interesting. Okay. Once you go here and see this attachment in here, okay. Now you have to show it over. See, so this is the attachment section for your results, right? When you generated the result, put it and result and this. Click save and close. Okay, now go back to the test case. This is pass. If you see this here, we have this attachment. Okay, so this is important for. I mean, this is optional. Okay, this is optional. It's completely optional. It's for you. But why I'm telling this, because if you have such kind of questions from your boss, this is the only way to save yourself. Okay, because your boss will, your boss will say a lot of questions. Okay, so simple question, why, how can I see that you're completed or not? So no, this is the thing. This is the answer. Hey, you know what? I have actually documented this, and this is a document. All the screenshot and all the values have been documented. So, at that time, there was really no issues. I'm not sure what the developer changed it between, but you know what, we really didn't have any issues, because you can see the results too. We have this result. So now you are in a better position, okay, to answer your boss. Does it make sense? Any questions so far? So even if your boss doesn't ask, this will get into audit review. Once it gets into audit review, they will ask you questions.
This is just our job to do. What about the test case verification? There was another option there, right? Besides that, test cases.
Besides test cases? You mean here somewhere?
Yeah, test run. What's the test run?
Oh,
Need to run anything?
okay. Oh, you mean this one? Yeah. So this
No.
test run,
Which are test cases?
this is the one, right? You're talking about?
No, after charts, test cases, test run. There's a notification.
Oh, okay. You mean this one? Okay. Okay. So this is shows what actually you're trying to you have done. So this is more related to lead. They will see how many test cases you have written, how many people have written it, and how many has passed. And so this is more job for a lead fighter.
Okay. This is what we do manually in the testing.
Right. This is what you have to do manually in QA testing.
Okay. This is what our job in detail, right?
Right. This is the only and most important job. Not only they might give you more projects to work on. If you're really good at it and really taking up a lot of defects, then they'll give you more work. So you'll be working more than one project if you're really good. Then that's a good sign. Okay. If you're really good, that's good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions?
So if you find any bug in the test cases, where should it be posted?
Right. So we'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Defects module. So this is the defects module.
Validation will be failed, right?
Right. So that will be failed. You have to fail your test case, and we will see this tomorrow. This module complete, because we are running out of time. And you guys
Okay.
last, right? So okay. Any more questions?
No.
Okay. So,
Thank you. Have a great day.
okay. So here's the one thing I want to tell you, everyone. See, please don't delete any user stories here. Okay, there's a lot of things. Okay, don't delete anyone's work. If you are not able to proceed, you can send me an email. Okay, send me an email, or if you can call me. Okay, maybe I'll not be in the desk or something. You can send me an email that you're not able to proceed, and you know what? You can create again one more test case. Okay, you don't have to stick. If you're not able to create, just create one more. No big deal. But don't delete anything. Okay, that's you have to remember, even in the work, even here too. Okay. The reason because the previous batches. The previous batches I told them not to delete this because a lot of people are writing homeworks and they deleted the user story. Okay. Now, second time I told them not to delete because people are having hard time. They're writing homeworks there, they are getting deleted it. So you don't want to happen such kind of thing, right? Even after telling that, if you are deleting it, it's not good. Because at work, you cannot do that. Okay. So yes, I'll be giving access for this. Make sure follow the instructions. Okay, I'll be giving you the instructions. Oops. Okay, follow these instructions, and you can. If you have any questions, you can get back to me.
So our homework will be to generate one test case for this site.
Yes, that will be to one test case and maybe 10 steps, right? I'm just taking the instructions here. Yes, one test case and write 10 steps. You have done 5 steps, right? Similarly, you have to do for 10. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
You'll be
No.
providing credentials as well, right? For this, do we need credential or we can access through this URL?
Actually, I'll be sending you access to this. You'll have this username and password. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You'll be having this, so I'll send by today. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So no questions. Can we close this class for today? Okay. Thank you, guys.